Welcome to Monday, November 28th, 2022, your day weather podcast brought to you by Cowboy State Daily. Check them out at cowboystatedaily.com. Also brought to you by WYDOT. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. And boy, there's going to be a lot of wintry weather here over the next 48 hours across Wyoming and also surrounding states, so you'll need to check latest road reports. We have a lot of winter weather here to start the week. We have another Arctic push coming in out of Canada. It's going to team up with some strong jet stream winds aloft and a little bit of Pacific moisture. And when you take Arctic air, you take strong winds aloft, and you get some moisture into the mix, you're going to have some snowfall. It's a really good way to make it snow. Not everywhere, but there will be some areas that will certainly see some pretty decent snow amounts along sections of parts of eastern and southeastern Wyoming, far northern Colorado and western Nebraska, and certainly into the high country. We're going to see up and down temperatures this week. We've got this Arctic push coming in today and tomorrow into Wednesday. We're going to have a windy warm-up period at the end of the week. Then another front coming in Friday night and Saturday. And it looks like going into next week, we're going to have these alternating periods of cold shots out of Canada, breaks in the temperatures, then to get cold again. And every time it gets cold, we'll have periods of wind. Blowing snow is going to be a problem this week, as we're going to get some snow in many areas, then the wind, and then probably some snow again with another wave coming in Friday night into Saturday morning. Wet over all of the far western parts of the United States. You're going to see rain in the California. You're going to see snow in all of the northwest mountains of the United States and the central and northern Rockies, and that's going to help the snowpack build up again. Now, over the weekend, ahead of the front that came through Saturday, we did see some incredible beautiful photos, especially up in northwestern Wyoming, around the Cody area. Mailbox filling up with sunrise. Folks just got some great shots. Take a look at these photos up in the Cody area this weekend, all the way across the region, just lots of bright colors, and also down into Pinedale. Another beautiful shot there from Dave Bell. Satellite photos this morning, a couple things I want to point out. We've got this upper level low here in south central areas of Canada. You can see the swirl of clouds. And right back here is the cold front. Now notice, you can kind of see some streakiness in the clouds. Very strong jet stream winds are coming in with strong winds aloft and cold water, cold air, and moisture streaking off the Pacific, allowing Arctic air coming on in. And there's going to be a convergence of events. And here you can see the 500 millibar photo. There's that low over south central areas of Canada. And you've got the cold air just rushing in now into the Pacific Northwest and into the central and northern Rockies, with the high building there in the eastern Pacific. Here are the jet stream winds diving in. And when you bring strong winds like this aloft, coming on in with the Arctic air surge like this, what will happen is these strong jet stream winds will slowly settle more and more south. And when you have strong jet stream winds, it helps lift the atmosphere. The atmosphere gets lifted a little bit, especially on the north side of the low pressure system. And what will happen is that lift takes any moisture that's available and it helps form snowfall. Also, the Arctic air surge coming in, and here's a close-up of these strong jet stream winds diving like this. This causes strong upward motion in the atmosphere right here. And that's why this area is going to be susceptible to the heavier snowfall here over the next 24 to 36 hours. As the Arctic air comes in on the ground from the north and the east upslope, you have the upper level winds giving you upper level areas of rising motion. And then you've got a pipeline of Pacific moisture. So it's a convergence of things coming together in one area. And here's the Arctic surge by around noontime tomorrow. So you can see the cold air pouring down over the Rockies. The strong jet stream is here. Upslope winds are here. And everything is just coming together to produce snow. And you can see an area right here. This is the area I want to highlight because there's going to be over a 24, 36 hour period later today, tonight, and the Tuesday, where this area snowfall could be pretty significant. And you can see I-80 here, northern Colorado, far northern Colorado along I-25 in southeastern Wyoming. Going to have some problems there. Then getting into the I-70 mountain corridor of Colorado, then into the Wasatch, I-15 into Utah there. But also I-80 all the way back into here is going to be a situation where you're going to need to be ready for some travel concerns with that very cold Arctic air. It's going to make roads and highways really, really slick. And if we were to focus in, you can see that southeastern Wyoming, parts of the Panhandle of Nebraska, basically the I-80 corridor, southeast and south central Wyoming, and the higher elevations in north central Colorado will be hit the hardest. The Bighorns get a good shot. You can see heavy snow back into Yellowstone Park, back into the Wasatch here, back into the Wind Rivers and western areas of the state of Wyoming into eastern Idaho. Going to do very, very well with the snowfall with some very cold temperatures. These are the low temperatures forecasted by Wednesday morning. So you can see the gray areas, that's below zero. The purple areas, you're talking single digits to low teens. And you can see the cold blue northern going down here into Texas with that cold surge coming on south. Now, by the middle of the week, the same low swings into the Great Lakes, brings a cold shot and snow to parts of the northeastern United States, but there's going to be the cold leaving us at the end of the week. So much colder today, tomorrow, and into Wednesday morning. Wednesday afternoon into Thursday and Friday, a westerly flow develops. That will bring some moderation in temperatures, but you can see this here. You can see a vortex of very cold air up here. We still have the high there in the eastern Pacific. So this is going to make it a really active pattern. Moisture from the Pacific will get shoved into the far west, and you're going to have another wave break off and come in. Now this is around noon Friday. Friday night and the Saturday morning, the mountains will see significant snow, while there's going to be significant wind on the plains. And this is all the way out to next Monday and Tuesday. Another wave comes through. There's more cold up here to come south. This is a very busy pattern. This is a pattern of fluctuating up and down temperatures. So for the next 7 to 10 days, there's going to be a lot going on across the western United States, kind of a wide variety of temperatures, conditions, periods of wind, periods of snow, and certainly the mountains are going to see significant moisture. This is the 10-day precipitation forecast, and you can see the mountains to the west coast here going to do very, very well with significant moisture. Rain in the central and southern California, heavy snow in the Sierras, and significant snow in the northern and central Rockies. Then along the northern tier, along that Arctic boundary, snow is going to be very active along and north of that line, probably getting south of that line later on. So November ends and December starts with lots of winter weather. Have yourself a good Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.